Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 25 of the Crowdsourced challenge, where today we're making two rule changes. Number one, it's not going to involve spin. Yesterday's rule no longer applies because, oh my god, the comments were just, I read through them and not only were there several comments saying, yeah, please get rid of this first person rule, those comments all had quite a few likes on them. So, first person rule, gone by popular demand. Let's see what the second rule is. Now, first person rule is still in this wheel, so if it comes up again, or if a rule that already exists comes up. Must plow fields once harvested. I don't think that's a rule yet. Let me check. Fields must be tramlined. Oh, hey, that's not a rule yet. That can be rule number 29. So, yeah. We'll get that into the list of rules. Google Doc link is down below in the description, by the way, if you want to have a look at the rules as they expand every day. If you want to, you know, join in at any point with silly rules joining every day, feel free. And of course, as always, leave your suggestions for new rules down below. Rules that have been abandoned and taken out will not be put back into the wheel. So let's move onwards into the game, and I'll catch you guys there. Alrighty then, we're back in game, and you might notice that there's some interesting new things going on. I do have the unit conversion mod enabled, so everything is now going to appear in tons, metric tons, not US tons, not UK tons, metric tons. So we got 0.08, so we got, what, 800 grams, I think, or 8 kilos of canola seeds left in the front tank. Fuel I've decided to keep in liters because I understand liters. So instead of liters, all the traders will now be showing me tons of material, so we get a much better idea. And also, if I go into prices, it should tell me the price per metric ton now. Yes. So the price per metric ton is now looking ridiculous, but it's because I've got 2 tons of soybeans, 1 ton of sunflowers, nearly 2 tons of corn. So it'll give me a much better idea of how much I actually have, number one, in storage, and number two, what the hell is going on? As my phone is going mental, I think Fahy's spamming me again. What is going on with my phone? Oh no, Landy sent a photo on Facebook. What has he sent me? Oh, he sent me pictures from the rocket yesterday that went up Sunday night. We've been talking about the SpaceX rocket that took off from Vandenberg Air Force Base, landed at Vandenberg Air Force Base, and in the middle deployed some satellites. Because it was at a very specific time of evening it launched. It flew from darkness upwards into the sunlight because a very strange little thing that you don't normally notice on Earth, really, is that sunrise and sunset are very much altitude dependent. So SpaceX launched at a very specific time from the west coast of the USA where the altitude was such, or the time was such, that once the rocket got up to altitude, the sunlight was shining on the rocket and on the contrails and the plumes of everything, so you could see even 50 kilometers up very clearly what the rocket was doing, and it was just so unbelievably beautiful because it was dark on the ground and it just stood out so well. And I really wish there was some sort of law that said rockets had to launch at these specific times where the altitude would cause sunlight to hit. because it just makes them so much more dramatic and beautiful. Because, you know, basically several hundred tons of explosives being lit at once isn't somehow dramatic. By the way, we are seeding again. We don't have much work to do, unfortunately. It is just seeding and groundwork at the moment. We will be moving onwards to grasswork in late spring. I've got a couple of mods for that installed. I do actually need to do a couple of swaps of number one, I want to swap out the fire dragon, and unfortunately I've had a look because I want to get the class Ariane 600 at roughly the same, if not slightly higher power than the Fiat, and we have it here. If I were to get it in 640 configuration, which is 185 horsepower, I could get it with the front loader, which would be kind of cool. And I would be getting it with a front hydraulic. So the price we're looking at really is 108,000, 109,000 at a basic level, and we just don't have that amount of money, so it's looking like it'll be next spring before I swap out the Fiat for the class. Because the Ariane is something that I really do want to upgrade to. I feel like it's kind of fitting as well for this map. We are starting to run low on grain, or on seeds. That's what that beep was about. We've only got about 10 kilos left. I think that's the way that it works. 110, yeah. 16 kilos left in the tank. It's actually at 80 kilos of grain in the tank. Let me know, by the way, you guys. Let me know what you think of the unit converter mod, because I like the fact that it shows in tons now. It allows me to talk in units that I really understand instead of just volumes. It allows me to talk weight-wise. But all liquids, by the way, will be in liters. So liquid fertilizer will be in like liters still, because that's how you refer to liquid fertilizer. Just makes a bit more sense to have the grains and whatnot in tons. I know that for the Americans out there, you can also choose bushels. If I hop out the tractor here real quick, you know, you can choose metric tons, long tons, hundredweights, liters, bushels US or UK, gallons, quarts, cubic meters, cubic yards, cubic feet, board feet, tons, pounds, kilos, or like I've done metric tons because metric tons are the nicest. Exit with that, saving the changes, please. So that's kind of the decision I've made. 12 kilos left. 9, 6, 3, 0. So we'll just turn that off, and we'll head over, refill this, and find out how many tons of seed this thing actually holds. Because I've never... This is literally my first time using this mod. I also have the better ground scale mod on, so the grass and stuff won't look as ridiculous when I windrow it up. So I've got a few little quality of life mods enabled, just kind of to improve, I guess, the look of things a bit, and to get around some disagreements I have with how Giants designed FS17 in the beginning. That I guess they're all personal preference. I'm not going to count crashes caused by that gap there, because it's just too small for me to fit the seeder through. As being proper crashes, because that's just a limitation there. I did notice Silver covered the little tweet storm I had the other day in his news program yesterday. That wasn't intended for public consumption, Silver. That was just me being angry and tweeting stuff. Also, I just remembered that the spare seed bag is actually over here. If you're wondering why I'm just ignoring the infinite triggers, it's because I just don't like them. You know, I like the mappers put them in, I like that they're an option for people. But on a personal level, I don't like the infinite triggers. This has... For some reason, this is still showing up as 1,357 litres of seeds. I guess it doesn't really work with game extension that well. So we got 90% full, which is 400 kilos of seeds. That's quite a lot of seeds, actually. 0.4 of a ton. And something interesting that I have noticed is that the unit conversion mod also provides a litres per hour or fuel consumption on the tractor. That is not a separate mod. That is the same mod. That's the unit convert mod. So I do like that. It is a very good idea. So now you know that 1,357 litres of canola seeds is 407.1 kilos. Um, 407 kilos and 1 gram, 100 grams even, not 1 gram. I do like the silliness of having just everything be in decimals now. That I find kind of funny. So let's get everything back on. And we'll continue on as if nothing happened at all and there was no refill involved whatsoever. Unfortunately, unit conversion doesn't work with Proceed. It does work, however, with buying fields now. So if I go to... and I'm going to zip just because I want to demonstrate this. If I go over to field 4, it should hopefully appear slightly differently because... yes, field 4 is 6 acres. So, for those of you living in Ireland and the UK, not having any clue like me what a hectare even is, yeah, unit convert can just swaps those to acres for us guys, and for you guys. So, very much approve of this mod at a base level, and you can choose whichever units you want to use, which, yeah, definitely cool. You know, everybody can have their own units in the game, basically. Although I don't know why anybody would want to try and use board feet as a unit for measuring anything. Because I don't even know what a board foot is. As far as I was aware, the UK hasn't used quartz in several decades. Even gallons in the UK are kind of not really used all that much anymore because fuel's priced in litres now, and whatever fuel's priced in is what UK people will use. Although I do know that for some reason milk is sold by the pint, which confused the living crap out of me in the UK because I was buying every time I wanted to buy 2 litres of milk, I was buying 8 pints or 4 pints or whatever it was. And I just got really confused by the big numbers. Yeah, you couldn't just buy 2 litres of milk, it was 2.016 litres of milk because pints. Or 2.135 or something like that. Something really just inane. And I was like, can I just have 2 litres? Can I have like a sane measurement of milk that doesn't involve 100 and whatever milliliters of milk extra that I don't really want? I just want milk for me tea. Yeah, I'll talk real quick about not streaming yesterday because number one, I'd already decided in advance that I wasn't going to. Just wanted to take a day off. Number two, really glad I did that because as it turns out, yesterday I woke up with the worst headache. I stayed in bed for several hours, longer than I had initially intended to because my head felt like it was imploding. just woke up with like this borderline migraine, head implosion kind of feeling. It's gone now, luckily. At what, 10:37 p.m. It's gone now, but it was just the worst feeling in the world. Just this horrific migraine-y kind of headache. Hopefully it was just kind of dehydration, and I've got like a liter of water set behind me so that I can drink throughout this evening and this tonight. Instead of drinking Coke or whatever, something that'll dehydrate me more, I'm gonna drink like several bottles of water and just start refilling them from the tap in the kitchen. Hopefully that'll kill a headache for good. Kinda nervous about that though, because usually when I get a headache like that it starts coming back daily, and it's actually coming back now, which is not fun. Usually when I start getting migraines it's like a week solid that I have them. And there's nothing I can really do to get rid of them, other than, you know, just deal with it, I guess. So if I'm not 100% today for the stream, I might not stream and just like sit in a dark room or something, or I might turn the face cam off and just sit in the room in darkness to try and counteract the migraine-y kind of feeling. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do in the stream. I know that I want to stream today. I know that I want to get a lot more groundwork laid today in the stream, because I know you guys don't want to see, you know, 6 episodes in a row of me seeding, but seasons, you know, it's kind of forcing my hand on things what I can do. It's the unfortunate limitations of what is really a good mod. I love Seasons. It's one of the best mods out there. But yeah, the limitations can get on quite quickly and get on your nerves quite quickly, because I really am getting bored of seeding now. But if there's a mod you guys... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to throw in an extra little bit for the comments for you guys. If there's a mod you guys want me to have a look at in this series, number one, I might money cheat it in just to run some tests during a stream or something. The mods that I've enabled today, I either know how they work or I'm confident they will work. But if there's a mod you guys want me to try out, leave a link in the comments and let me know, number one, what the mod is and what it does. And I'll give it a test on stream or off camera, and if I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I won't. So let's give you guys a bit more power in this series. Suggest mods that I've not used previously and haven't said openly that I hate. For one reason or another. So, Blige, that goes for you. Gearbox is a no. I'm not using Gearbox. I don't like it. I like the idea. I don't like the execution. I wish I liked the idea. Well, I wish I liked the execution. I wish I felt that it was usable. But the way that I enjoy playing the games just doesn't mesh with my playstyle at all. So Gearbox, no. No Gearbox. No. Comment section's gonna be full of links to Gearbox mod now, isn't it? AI vehicle extension as well. I feel like that doesn't work the way that it should, so suggestions for that. I won't be using that at all. I feel like it could work a lot better. I feel like it has worked better in the past. So I won't be using that. What other mods will I not use? Don't link maps, by the way, because I know somebody's gonna get smart and link a map. Now somebody's definitely gonna do it because I said not to. But yeah, link some mods that you guys like, and if I feel they're of good enough quality, I'll give them a look at. Because you guys know that I'm super duper picky with mods, almost as picky as Mr. Bullet Bill himself, who is of course the mod cynic and hates everything that even he made. He just hates all mods, ever. One of his least favourite maps is the West Coast, which he himself made. But no, I'm super big with mods because, number one, I want to show you guys good quality mods. I want to show off what modders can do well. I don't want to show off what modders can do badly, because that... Why would I want to highlight the bad things that somebody's done? I'll highlight mistakes and errors that get made in good mods, sure. But I don't want to highlight a mod and show off a mod that's just bad. Or that I just don't like. So, this is one of those ideas that I've literally thought about while recording, and I'm probably going to regret saying it later, so... Hooray for me being an idiot. And thank you guys for the literally several comments saying, yeah, first person was a dumb idea. I tend to agree. Because either it would result in me getting a headache through wearing the track hat, or it would result in the videos being borderline unwatchable because I was trying to use, like I did last time, because I was using mouse and keyboard to do everything. I get why people want first person, but it's not something that I enjoy doing all that much. And definitely not like constant first person all the time. I always feel like those videos are a bit unwatchable unless there's a very good reason for it. So let's lay down the external tramline here, because that is always something you want to be doing. With Proceed, of course, that makes it a lot easier because you can seed and tramline at the same time instead of seeding and then coming in later with a two-furrow or two-prong subsoiler and just hoping for the best. You know, when this is fully grown, I'll have some really nice looking tramlines in this field. It does help to use GPS as well. So, words of advice if you're using Proceed. Use GPS as well, because number one, you get those beautiful straight tram lines, and then you get this often wonky, especially when the ridge markers aren't on a cedar, but often wonky, but kind of natural feeling outer headland that makes sense. So, there you go, a few tips and tricks for using these two mods in conjunction. Or Proceed in general is always have GPS if you're using it. Because it just... Number one, it makes it so that your seeding is a lot neater, which is always nice. And number two, it works really nicely with the GPS mode on Proceed. In fact, Proceed's GPS mode exists specifically for GPS mod. If you're wondering why my GPS mod looked different to everybody else's, except Landy's, if you're wondering why my GPS mod looks different to yours, maybe, it's because mine has a skin on it. I've found a mod that just puts a black skin on my GPS mod that I feel looks nicer than just running stock GPS. So I'm not trying to be fancy or anything, I just felt it looked nicer, so I went with it. Downside of no ridge markers, I am having to be a bit careful with this area here, because and I'm gonna have to be more careful when I go and fill in that spot over there, because I don't want to go like super deep towards one side or the other. I want to have it so that it will work for spraying. There we go. Let's lift this up and setting track 3, just to fill in the extra little bits, like right here. This is just going to be a bit of extra little filling going on now, just so the field looks nice and neat and tidy, and the tram lines stand out just a little bit more. There we go. And of course, with this field being in canola, it means that we'll have lots and lots of pig food come the winter. We'll be storing canola, corn, barley and sugar beets down at the pig yard. And I've just realised I actually meant to throw in some extra placeable mods that I forgot to. Whoops. I meant to get a couple of placeables today, but I forgot to put them in. So we're just going to ignore the tram lines right now, except for right here, where I've just realised I missed quite a large patch. Right Herington. Let's give that a fix. There we go. And that's the field. It's mostly neat. It's not perfect, but it's neat enough that I'm happy with it. Neatly seeded, complete with tram lines, and ready to just be left to grow for the summer. Next job for this tractor and these piece of equipment is going to be fields 16 and 38, which do need to be seeded, and they'll just be in let's get it into into wheat. Oh, I like that it changes the tonnage measurement on the per seed basis. That's nice. It makes sense too. So we're just going to be seeding wheat as a cash crop. And we'll be doing some cool stuff come harvest time. What I'm going to do for right now is bring this up into the yard, because we are running out of time for today. We have run out of time, and just kind of bring this back for the sake of completionism. I'm going to bring this back to the yard, we're going to park it up, we're going to end the video there. So I will say, I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17, the crowdsourced challenge on Shamrock Valley. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please, with real accounts, not fakes, because I don't want fake numbers. As much as I don't care about subs, I don't want fake numbers. Until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.